The city was on edge. News of another fatal shooting had ignited a powder keg of anger and grief in neighborhoods already bruised by years of injustice. Marcus Reynolds was more than just a name on the evening news. He was a talented musician, a beloved son, and a bright light in a community struggling to survive. It had started with a routine traffic stop. Officer Daniel Hayes had pulled Marcus over for a broken taillight. Witnesses said the interaction was calm at first, but then chaos erupted. The official police report claimed Marcus had reached for a weapon, forcing Hayes to fire, but no weapon was found at the scene. No gun, no knife, nothing. The body cameras had mysteriously been off or malfunctioning that night. Protests began almost immediately, but the police department moved quickly, declaring the shooting justified and refusing to release further evidence. The mayor made a brief statement promising an investigation, but it felt like empty words to most. Amira Reynolds sat in her small apartment, the weight of the news sinking deep. Marcus was her younger brother, kind, gentle, a man who believed in peace and community. She knew the truth was buried somewhere beneath the official story. As a rising journalist with a local paper, Amira was used to chasing stories, but this felt personal. She called every contact she had, police spokespeople, city officials, even lawyers. But the doors closed fast and hard. Phone calls went unanswered. Emails ignored. She felt the wall of silence growing around her. One restless night, her phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. Look deeper. They're hiding something in the precinct. Her heart raced. Was this a trap, or the key to unlocking the truth? Amira waited until the small hours before she made her move. The police station was imposing and cold, even at night. She slipped in through a side entrance she had scouted days earlier, heart pounding against her ribs like a warning drum. Every creak and echo seemed amplified in the empty hallways. The evidence room was locked down tight, cameras and guards everywhere. But just beyond the main corridors, she spotted a janitor's closet with the door slightly ajar. An invitation or a mistake? Inside, she found a dusty filing cabinet locked with a padlock. She had brought bolt cutters. She worked quickly but carefully, hands trembling as the lock gave way. Inside were folders marked Internal Affairs. Amira pulled them out one by one, scanning reports that painted a troubling picture. Officer Hayes wasn't a rookie mistake maker. There were complaints, erased records, and suspicious files. One file referenced missing dashcam footage from the night Marcus died. Another mentioned a witness who had suddenly disappeared after police visits. A faint sound echoed in the hallway. Footsteps. Amira's breath caught. She crouched in the shadows as Officer Hayes himself walked by, the dim light catching the cold glint in his eyes. She pressed herself against the wall and waited until His steps faded away before slipping out, clutching the files close like precious evidence. Amira reached out to Malik, a local community activist who had been organizing protests and gathering witnesses. Together, they pored over the documents, piecing together a darker truth. The missing witness was a homeless man named Jalen, known in the community for his quiet watchfulness and sharp eyes. Finding Jalen was another challenge. He had vanished after the police had visited him multiple times, leaving the neighborhood whispers and fear swirling. For weeks, Amira and Malik searched abandoned shelters, alleys, and underground networks until they found him, gaunt, scared, but alive. Jalen's voice was barely a whisper at first. He spoke of seeing Marcus with his hands up, calm, and the sudden panic in Officer Hayes's eyes. Jalen confessed that Hayes threatened him, warning him to stay silent or suffer consequences. His testimony tore apart the official story. Armed with the files and Jalen's statement, Amira and Malik prepared to take their findings to the city council hearing. But as the day approached, the threats intensified. Amira's windows were smashed, her phone rang with silence, and a dark car trailed her every move. The stakes were rising, and fear crept in, but so did resolve. The council hearing was tense, the air thick with anticipation and dread. Amira stepped forward, documents in hand, Jalen's recorded voice playing through the room. Officials shifted uncomfortably, some avoiding eye contact. Outside, hundreds of protesters shouted, their chants echoing like thunder, demanding justice. Just as the council seemed ready to dismiss the case once more, breaking news flashed across the city's media outlets. An anonymous whistleblower within the police department had leaked a hidden body camera video, one that directly contradicted the official narrative. The footage showed Marcus standing still, hands visible, as Hayes fired without provocation. The video exploded on social media, sparking outrage that rippled across the nation. Faced with undeniable evidence, the council had no choice but to reopen the investigation. Officer Hayes was finally charged with manslaughter, and a long, arduous fight for justice began. Amira stood before the crowd that night, her voice steady but fierce. This isn't just about my brother. It's about all of us, about demanding truth in the face of silence, about refusing to let injustice hide in the shadows. The fight is far from over, but today, silence has been broken. Truth, she realized, was the most powerful weapon, a light that could pierce even the darkest silence.